Imagine this. You're in the middle of a workout, or you just sneezed and suddenly you feel that little unexpected leak. Embarrassing, right? Or maybe you're struggling with weak core muscles after childbirth, affecting everything from posture to confidence. Ladies, did you know a strong pelvic floor is the secret to better core strength, bladder control, and even improved intimacy? Did you know that nearly 1 in 3 women experience urinary incontinence at some point in their lives? Pelvic floor weakness affects millions of women, leading to urinary incontinence, discomfort during intimacy, and even postpartum issues. But here's the good news. You can fix this naturally with the right exercises. Today, I'm revealing 10 powerful pelvic floor moves that will strengthen your core, stop leakage, and even improve sexual function. And stick around till the end. I've got a bonus tip that will completely change the way you train these muscles. Ready to take control of your health from the inside out? Let's get started. First up, we have the gold standard for pelvic health, Kegel exercises. Kegels are the secret weapon against urinary leaks and a weak pelvic floor. If you're not doing these right now, you're missing out. Think of your pelvic floor as a hammock holding up your bladder, uterus, and bowel. If that hammock weakens, things start sagging, leading to leaks, discomfort, and even prolapse. But Kegels tighten the slack, keeping everything supported. To perform Kegels correctly, first identify your pelvic floor muscles by stopping urine mid-flow, then contract these muscles for 3 to 5 seconds before relaxing. This should be repeated 10 to 15 times, 3 times a day. To maximize effectiveness, ensure that only the pelvic muscles are engaged without tightening the glutes or thighs, and maintain normal breathing throughout. Holding your breath reduces effectiveness. Think of it as weightlifting. But for your pelvic floor, results build with consistency. Did you know? A study found that 40% of women do Kegels incorrectly, leading to 0 results. Make sure you're isolating the right muscles. The next is the bridge pose. The glute bridge, also known as the bridge pose, strengthens the pelvic floor, glutes, and core, providing better lower body stability and spinal support. Ever wonder why women with strong glutes rarely have incontinence issues? That's because the pelvic floor and glutes are connected. Bridges activate the pelvic floor without direct squeezing, making them perfect for beginners who struggle with Kegels. Picture a trampoline holding everything in place. Now, imagine that trampoline sagging. Bridges restore that bounce by engaging the levator ani muscles, which directly support pelvic organ function. To perform this exercise, lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. Then press through your heels to lift your hips while engaging your pelvic floor. Holding the position for 5 seconds before lowering down helps build endurance, and performing 10 to 15 repetitions regularly enhances pelvic strength. It is essential to keep the core tight, avoid arching the back, and focus on engaging the pelvic muscles at the top of the movement for maximum benefit. Have you ever done bridges just for glutes? Now you know they're also secretly a pelvic floor powerhouse. Now we have the hidden pelvic floor supercharger, squats. Did you know squats naturally strengthen your pelvic floor? No need for complicated movements, just squat. Lowering into a squat activates deep pelvic muscles while also firing up your glutes and core. Imagine your pelvic floor as a parachute. When you squat, it gently stretches, then tightens as you stand. This builds control, endurance, and strength, crucial for preventing leaks. How to do it? Stand with feet shoulder width apart. Lower your body like sitting into a chair. Press through heels to stand back up. Repeat 15 to 20 times. Squeeze your pelvic floor at the bottom. Keep your chest up and back straight. No slouching. How deep can you go without losing form? Find your perfect squat depth. Women who squat regularly have stronger pelvic floors than those who only do Kegels. Now, let's get to the secret to a relaxed and healthy pelvic floor. Reverse Kegels. You know about Kegels, but did you know too much tension in the pelvic floor can be just as bad? Reverse Kegels help with pain, tightness, and even intimacy. A tight, overworked pelvic floor can cause discomfort and dysfunction. Learning to relax it is just as important as strengthening it. Think of your pelvic floor like a fist. If it's constantly clenched, it loses flexibility and function. Reverse Kegels teach it to release, improving muscle control. To perform this exercise, take a deep breath while gently pushing downward, similar to the motion of releasing urine. Holding this position for 3 to 5 seconds before relaxing helps train the muscles to release tension. Performing 10 to 15 repetitions ensures balanced pelvic control. This exercise should be performed gently without excessive straining to avoid unnecessary pressure. Have you ever thought that too much tightness could be the reason for discomfort? Many women don't. Next up, we have the bird dog. Think of your pelvic floor as a foundation. If it's weak, everything above it wobbles. Bird dog helps fix that. Balancing on all fours forces the pelvic muscles to engage, stabilizing your spine and pelvis. To do it correctly, start on all fours. Extend the right arm and left leg while keeping the core engaged. Hold for 5 seconds and switch sides. Repeating this movement 10 to 15 times on each side enhances control and endurance. Moving slowly with proper engagement of the pelvic floor ensures better activation and long-term benefits. Combine this with Kegels for next-level strength. Now let's strengthen our pelvic floor with hip clamshells. This movement strengthens the pelvic floor, glutes, and hip stabilizers, which all play a major role in supporting pelvic organ function and bladder control. Imagine your pelvic floor like a tent, and your hips are the support poles. If the poles are weak, the tent collapses. Strengthening your hip muscles ensures that your pelvic floor stays lifted and strong. To perform this exercise, lie on your side with knees bent and feet together. Then lift the top knee while keeping the feet touching before lowering back down. Repeating this movement 15 to 20 times on each side helps build strength. To ensure effectiveness, keep the hips stable without rolling backward and consider using a resistance band for added intensity. Did you know? Weak hip muscles can contribute to pelvic floor dysfunction and even knee pain. Next, wall sit with pelvic floor activation. This isometric hold forces your pelvic floor muscles to stay engaged, improving endurance and blood flow. Think of your pelvic floor like a balloon. If you can't keep it inflated, it collapses. Wall sits train your muscles to stay activated for longer periods. To perform this exercise, slide down a wall into a seated position, engage the pelvic floor, and hold for 20 to 30 seconds before standing back up. Repeating this 3 times builds endurance and control. Keeping the back flat against the wall and maintaining steady breathing optimizes the benefits of this exercise. Ever felt your legs shake during a wall sit? That's your muscles building endurance. Next up is a gentle yet effective core activator. Supine leg marching. This simple movement improves pelvic control, core activation, and muscle coordination. Your pelvic floor and core muscles work together like gears in a machine. If one is weak, the whole system struggles. This exercise strengthens that connection. To perform this movement, lie on your back with knees bent, lift 1 foot off the floor while keeping the knee bent, then lower it and switch sides. Performing 15 to 20 repetitions on each side enhances pelvic function. Keeping the pelvis stable throughout and breathing steadily ensures proper muscle engagement. Did you know? Core weakness can make pelvic floor issues worse. Next, do the yoga cat-cow stretch to relax and strengthen at the same time. This movement enhances pelvic floor flexibility, reducing stiffness and tension. When your spine moves, so does your pelvic floor. This dynamic stretch improves both mobility and strength. To perform this stretch, get on all fours. Inhale while arching the back into cow pose. Then exhale while rounding the spine into cat pose. Repeating this movement 10 times with controlled breathing enhances pelvic function and spinal mobility. Moving slowly and rhythmically while focusing on deep breathing improves relaxation and flexibility. Ever feel tightness in your lower back? It could be linked to your pelvic floor. Lastly, plank with pelvic floor engagement. The ultimate core workout. Planks stabilize your entire core and pelvic floor, strengthening both at the same time. Think of your core like a barrel. If the bottom, your pelvic floor, is weak, everything spills out. Planks keep everything tight and supported. To perform this exercise, get into a forearm or full plank position, engage the pelvic floor, and hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Gradually increasing the hold time improves endurance and control. Maintaining proper form by keeping the hips in line and avoiding excessive arching or sagging ensures optimal activation and effectiveness. Focus on controlled breathing while holding. Planks can improve bladder control and prevent prolapse. And here's the bonus tip I promised. Most women think squeezing harder is better. Wrong! Coordination matters. The key? Breathing. Instead of only focusing on contractions, sync your breathing. Your diaphragm and pelvic floor work together. If you're not breathing correctly, you're sabotaging your progress. Inhale deeply while relaxing your pelvic floor. Exhale fully when contracting. Repeat this technique during every exercise. This rhythmic control can boost your results by 30%. What if 10 minutes a day could completely transform your pelvic health? Start today. Your future self will thank you. Consistency is key, and with time, these exercises will enhance pelvic strength, providing better support and overall well-being. In essence, if you struggle with leaks, core weakness, or discomfort, these exercises will change your life. Try them 3 to 4 times a week and let me know in the comments which one worked best for you. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more science-backed fitness tips. Your pelvic health is in your hands. Take control today. See you next time. Keep watching MedGrow and take care of yourself.